Hello everyone, welcome back to Red Hat Server Administration course. So today we are going to discuss about Linux directory structure and file system. So basically, for understanding Linux administration or Red Hat administration, or if you are going to learn Linux administration, so first of all you need to understand Linux file system. Correct? Why that is required? Just because in Linux your data will be stored into directories or as a text file in a text file. So that means there would be a Linux file system hierarchy which you have to understand. So Linux is following a file system hierarchy which we have to understand. So there would be one root directory into Linux which is known as by forward slash. This would be, you can say, this would be your top level directory, or this would be your root directory forward slash. Now under this forward slash you will get your subdirectories which will be created. There would be few directories which will be created automatically by Linux, and rest you can create your own directories as well later as per your requirement. So we are going to discuss about the default directories which you will get in your Linux operating system. So whenever you will see under slash, you will get binary directory, you will get configuration directories, you will get data directories, you will get memory directories. So you will get USI directories and you will get directories for variables. So we need to discuss all those directories one by one. So let me explain here. Like we have directory slash bin. Correct. Under slash you will get. Let me write here. Bin, sbin, dev, etc. So I'm going to write here few most important directories which we are using into Linux. Then we have lib here, we have mnt, we have here srv, we have temp, we have var. So basically these are the directories which we have. We have proc as well. So we have operational as well, slash opt. So basically these are the directories which we have here into Linux. Okay, so we need to understand all these directories so that we can explore our knowledge, or we can understand the data which will be available in these directories. So when we are saying these are the directories which you will get under your root level directories, so these are known as subdirectories here. So now under these directories there would be few directories which have static content or static data, you can say, and there would be few directories which will store dynamic data, or you can say variable data. When we are saying static, so static is referred to data or files which will remain same, that means unchanged. Okay, until and unless you will not change explicitly. So similarly when we are saying dynamic or variable, so this will be changed as per the system process, like logging data which will be changed. Correct. So we need to understand here first of all etc. Let's discuss about etc, which would be responsible for storing your system configuration file. So under this etc, there would be few subdirectories which you will get, which would be like systemd and sysconfig, lvm. So this would be, there are many more, but these are the directories which you will get into etc, and etc stores system configuration file. So like your host name, your DNS name, that information also stored into etc. Then we have slash home here. So basically slash home is responsible for users home directory. So if you have user data, that means you have local users, so if they will sign in, so their profile will be created under slash home, and you will get your users data into their home directory, which will be stored into their home directory. So home would be the directory for your users, for your local users. Similarly, for my root user, there would be a directory which would be root. Let me write this side. There would be one directory which would be root slash root. Under slash root, this would be your root user's home directory. So if you will sign in through your root user or through root credentials, so whatever work you will done, whatever files you are going to store, by default this will be stored into root user's home directory. Correct. Similarly, we have mnt, which is basically for mounting. So if you need to mount something, this would be a temporary mount point for your resources. So you can mount your directories into slash mnt. Next we have slash boot. So where is boot? So boot is not in our list. So let me write here boot. So boot basically store booting files. So your system, your Linux system, kernel, boot support file, boot configuration file, all those files will be stored into slash boot. So whenever you will install your Linux operating system with, if you will not configure your disk, that means your disk partitions are selected to automatically, it will automatically create your slash boot slash home root swap partition. Correct. But if you want, you can specify space, custom space to your boot drive. Correct. Or to your swap memory as well, by your own, as per your requirement. So next directory would be opt, which is operational directory here, this directory slash opt. So which would be a operational directory here for additional softwares which you may need to install on your system. So this would be a subdirectory where you can install additional softwares, and the information of additional softwares would be available into slash opt. Similarly, we have bin, which contains basically your user executable commands. So bin, which store user executable commands. We have slash sbin. So in slash sbin, you will get few commands which are required to a system boot. So like, and user need privilege, like root user privilege, you need to run these commands. Correct. So then we have slash dev here. In slash dev, you will get device information. So your device information will be stored into slash dev. Slash where. So where is slash where? Under slash var, you will get logs, you will get opt, where you will get the store logs, directory store logs, status, and other variable data files, and additional software installed, which is stored into slash opt directories. For those softwares, the log will be stored into slash var slash opt. Similarly, there would be system log files which will be stored into slash var slash log. So there would be subdirectories which will be created under var, and you will get log files under slash var. Similarly, we have temp here, which is the temporary directory which will store your directory repository for temporary files basically. So many programs which there would be many programs which will create temporary file share files. So during the runtime or installation, so those temporary files will be stored into slash temp directory, and there would be a retention period which would be 10 days for slash temp. Then we have proc. So proc is basically known as process file system. Where is proc? So it refers to process file system, so which is accessible via slash proc directory. So if you need to maintain information about your current state of your kernel, so which includes like current hardware configuration and status of your CPU, your memory, your disk, your partitioning, and your file system, networking also. So and running processes also, if you need to check all those, so all those information will be stored into slash proc directory. So these are the directories here. Now we have a lib which is pending here. So which is referred to library here. So under lib you will get library data. So library data will be stored into under lib. We have SRV. So under SRV you will get data services for your system, from your system. So that will be stored into under SRV. So basically these are the directories which you will get under slash root. So let me switch to my system where I can show you all these directories. So first of all, let me open my terminal, and if I will run ls here, if you can see, I'm signed in as a root user. So whenever a user will be signed in as a root user, so if you are getting hash prompt here, that means you are signed in as a root user. Next thing, if you are getting tilde sign here, that means you are in your user's home directory. So I am in my user's home directory here, just because I am getting tilde here. So if I need to check my root my directory or my top level directory, what I will do, I will run here cd command, cd space slash, then I will be switched to my root directory, where if I will run ls, you would be able to see these are the directories which you will get. And under these directories there would be subdirectories and there would be static and dynamic, both contents will be same. You can create your own directories as well, which you can store in your home directory or in user's home directory, correct, where you can store your data. So that is about Linux file system. In next lecture we will discuss about the basic command and then bash also. Thank you guys.